How is your work-life balance going lately? It can be very difficult, especially if you work from home, you are your own boss, or you work in a creative field to maintain a balance between working and your life, your home life. And if you're the adult in charge of making sure your household runs efficiently, that is another layer of complexity on the Dagwood sandwich of the work life balance. So, how do you maintain a balance and keep your sanity? I'm still trying to figure that out, but here are some of the things that I do to try and make sure that work does not take over my life and I don't become like a workaholic zombie. One, it helps to have really clear boundaries and clearly defined spaces about where work lives. If you leave your house to go to a place to do work, that is a very clearly defined boundary of where the work happens. The problem happens is when you bring work home, when you work remotely or you have a hybrid schedule or you work from home, period. It can be very difficult to keep that work from spilling over into the rest of your life because it now shares the same space. I am incredibly lucky to have a workshop that I can close the door and leave all of my mess, my work, for work me. I know that that is not the case for a lot of people. Some people have to take up a corner of their living space for their home office. In those cases, it can be good to have clearly defined time boundaries. You start work at a certain time and you end work at a certain time, and or clearly defined rituals for boot up and shut down. If you do the beginning of your workday the same way every time, it sort of settles you into the work vibe. And then if you do the same shutdown ritual every day, checking your inbox, making sure to check off all your to-dos and all that kind of stuff, then you can begin to mentally separate and compartmentalize work into over there. And then now you have the rest of your life. It is very hard to decouple your brain if you live and work in the same space. You are likely to continue thinking about work at all hours of the day, even when you're supposed to be resting or tending to life tasks like cooking dinner or making sure your laundry's done. And don't get me wrong, those life tasks are a different kind of work in and of themselves. They require mental and physical energy, and it's a learning experience of how much energy can work take from you and you still have enough energy to function at home. There's not a lot of science behind it. It's more of an art. And there are loads of different productivity methods that have popped up to try and help people manage, the chaos of work and living. There are two things that are usually the same about these productivity methods. One is writing things down, and two is time management. Time management really just is boundaries. It's really just you saying, I can only work on this project for half an hour today because I have other things that are priorities that have to get done. Work-life balance is also about having boundaries and saying, I can only worry about this during work times when I'm in work mode. If I allow the impending deadlines to eat up all of my time and then I pull all-nighters every week in order to be ready to do this event or film and edit this video, I will get no rest. And then my quality will suffer. And then what is the point of doing any of it if I don't enjoy it? If all we are doing is working, there's no time to enjoy what we're working for. So yeah, get you some work-life balance. Start putting those boundaries in place, even if you're the person that you have to put boundaries up against. All of this is highly individual, and you're going to have to decide where those lines lie and where you start to get fed up. It's much easier to deal with the problem before you're exploding about it, before you're like flipping the table, I give up, I can't do this, I'm burnt out. If you recognize the things that are giving you anxiety or that you're worrying about, or areas in which you're having problems with your time management, and you try to address those before they become major problems, and you give yourself space to detach and go rest and do something else, or, go for a walk or whatever, you're gonna have a much higher quality of life than if you're just constantly worried about work and you're overwhelmed all the time and you feel like you're drowning and you're burning out. Work-life balance is really important, especially in today's productivity-minded, grind set sort of culture that we have. I highly urge you, just stop for a minute and assess what's going on. Figure out where your priorities are and put your efforts toward your priorities and save some of you for yourself. Save some of you for the people who love you. Save some of you to enjoy life. If you're not having any fun, what's the point? The point is that there is no point, and we make our point. Make it a point to enjoy your life some. Please make it a point to rest. Only you can prevent burnout. Why am I talking about this? Well, one, my work-life balance hasn't been the best as of late, and I need my own reminder. For decades now, I've worked in a creative field. I don't know if you've ever worked in theater, but usually when you get a call from somebody desperate, it means that you're about to get a lot of money for working overtime. And that is exactly what happened. So I'm going to beg your grace if videos are a little bit slow as I deal with all of the balls that I'm going to have to juggle and probably drop a bunch of in order to keep others in the air. I will probably be taking a couple of weeks off, so thank you for your grace. I appreciate you sticking with me. If you would like to be notified of when I post my next video, please make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell icon. Please leave a comment telling me about your work-life balance and how good or bad it is. And if it's good, how do you maintain it? And if it's bad, why is it bad? Let's all help each other try to put those boundaries into place so that we can continue to be people. Thank you. Please drink some water. Please eat something nutritious. Please do something for yourself. Pick up a new hobby if you need to. Do something that fulfills your soul. Please, please, take care of my friend and do your best to craft a life worth living. I promise that I'm doing my very level best to take care of yours. I'll see you when I see you.